Hello, welcome to another edition of Sik'ar Reviews, and I should not be smoking this. But I have a Papas Fritas, which means French fry. I'm going to take the band off here. Now, the reason I said I shouldn't be smoking these, or this, is the fact that you can't get these right now. Every single website is back ordered, sold out, etc. I have not seen anybody currently selling these. They're gone, it seems. Now, the thing is that they're in limited production, and it could be that the current run of the Papa Fritas is out. And as soon as they have more Papa Fritas, they'll hit the market again. Good question as to when. Next year? Halfway through the next year? Maybe never again? Who knows? Luckily, I have one more of these, and that is going to be a treasure gem. I know that it was only about a year ago that they decided to take away the 4-pack, so I really think that they're not done. They actually tried to lower the price of these from almost $7 for one of these to about $5 for one of these. But the way they did it was by making a 50-count box rather than 4-count, tins. And, well, the 4-count tins became 5-count packs, and the 5-count packs became cheaper than the 4-count tins. Big mess. They're 4.5 by 44. They're considered a Corona size. There's usually a pigtail here, but I already chopped the end of this. It is a medium to full-bodied cigar, is what they say. Don't necessarily trust everything you hear. It is a Connecticut broadleaf Maduro, and according to most websites, it is actually just a generic Maduro wrapper. This is a Connecticut broadleaf, though. It has a Brazilian Mata Fina binder and Honduran and Nicaraguan short fillers. This is actually made of scraps of various different ligas. I believe only the Liga number 9 and the T52 or something like that. It's only 2 of the types. I know there's a couple more in the Unica line that have come about since then, and they are not included in this because it would change the flavor, apparently. Maybe that's another reason why it vanishes, because they're trying to reblend something with all these other scraps. Can't tell you. Anyways, gonna get into this. And very nice hay smell off the wrapper. Dry puff is cocoa and chocolate. Very little smell off the foot. I kind of don't like reviewing something like this because they are uber popular. And you say anything negative about something uber popular and you can upset those who love them, and you say anything that somebody doesn't agree with it and they can get upset because they love it so much. So, in some ways, it's best not to review and just say, hey, it's fantastic, go ahead and buy it. It's not always the case. Different palates, different tastes. I actually have a joke with one of my friends because he gave me a Liga, and I wasn't keen on it. It was a Liga number 9. Now, the reason is I could have been... I think that it's a meditative cigar. And me and my friend were reviewing it together, and of course my friend talk. So it's kind of hard to just sit and focus and relax. And so I think that the subtleness of the flavors was lost on me because of all the goings on. And therefore I didn't like it a lot. I would definitely like to retry a Liga someday. Good smoky output. Faint hints of cocoa and coffee. Little bit of pepper that lingers in the back of the throat, off the finish, not off the puff. Beautiful retrohale. Kind of a roasted sort of nutshell. Still some pepper. I don't remember the Papa Fritas having much pepper before. I thought it was more mild. Right now, it's kind of popping it full. And we'll see how that goes. This is not the first time I've had this. I've actually had, I think, about 7 or 8 of these already. And I still have one more left, as I said. And that one is a rainy day smoke. It is going to be kept for a very special occasion. And I don't know what. I am not touching that, though. If these are gone, that is going to be gold to me. So it has a rather rich flavor. Pepper was not on the finish on that puff. Well, I'll get to the halfway point, let you know how this is progressing, which I already know, essentially, that this is going to be fantastic, but of course, you know, you kind of want the results, but if I give them now, which I just did, there's really no point to watch till further, and of course, you want to hear what flavors there are, or listen to my babbling, so I hope you keep on for the babbling or the flavors, or I don't know. Anyways, see you at the halfway point, and yeah. Hello, and welcome to the halfway point of this Papa Fritas Corona from Drew Estate, Liga Privada, Unica. So many terms. I mean, seriously, you could call this a Liga Privada blend, or brand, almost. You could call it the Drew Estate brand. You can call it the Drew Estate subculture brand, or the Unica brand. It's like too many terms out there. It should just be like Drew Estate, Liga Privada, Papa Fritas. Don't need the subculture, don't need the Unica. Whatever. Anyways, lots of words, lots of terms. Very tasty, very little pepper at this point. Still some spice. Richer flavors of cocoa and coffee. Still some nuttiness on the retrohale. Still a fairly smooth retrohale too. And I absolutely love these. So they're about an hour smoke, and they're very good to just sit back and relax with. They do seem to sometimes go too quick because they're just so flavorful, and sometimes it's hard to stop over puffing on these and just settle down and relax and enjoy it. That's something I didn't notice with the Liga Privada number 9, which, even if you end up having big Churchill Presidente, the whole thing could be gone, and it's like, did I smoke something? This, on the other hand, even though it's the same fillers and stuff, it's a lot stronger. Now, probably the reason for that is you're taking these flavors and putting them in this tiny package like this, and I don't know, very good. And also, what percentage of filler can change from each one, because it's essentially just scraps. We throw all the scraps in a bin, we mix them all together, and we roll them up into a cigar. Whereas when they roll the Ligas, they're purposely rolling this percentage of it to be, say Nicaraguan Viso, and this percentage to be Nicaraguan Seco, and this to be, a Honduran Ligero, and rolling it all together, and it's got its layers. The core, it's like a tree core. You essentially cut it, and you got the band, and then you got the or the binder and the wrapper, and then you got the fillers, and the fillers have their certain order, and there might be more percentage of one in the end than it was in the beginning. A lot of work goes into it. And unfortunately, as a reviewer, that's something I found, is that I can't necessarily give you all that. For instance, this is a Connecticut broadleaf Maduro wrapper. What part of the plant did the Connecticut broadleaf Maduro wrapper come from? Is it the Ligero at the top that's been aged to a nice, dark, rich Maduro from the Connecticut broadleaf, which I've understood the Connecticut broadleaf is all stalk cut, which means it all dries as one big plant. Is it from the Viso? Is it from the Seco? The fact of the matter is, I can't tell you. And I was just thinking about this because, as you know, I've been reviewing the Felix Azzolin cigars, and a lot of his have the same description. But I've noticed that the wrappers have felt different. Well, how do they feel different if they're the same wrapper? Easy. They're from different sections of the plant. And so, once I realized that, I was like, you don't know where the wrapper's coming from. Just because you know that it's a Maduro wrapper, and that it's, say, Brazilian Matafina Maduro, you don't know whether the Brazilian Matafina Maduro plant gave you a top leaf, middle leaf, lower leaf to be the binder, or the wrapper. So, I've learned there's a lot more to blending than just taking tobacco and rolling it together. A lot of nutty nuances in that. And so this is a cigar that changes its complexity and its flavors somewhat frequently. Love the Papa Fritas. Anyways, I'll get to the final third, and I'll continue this tasty. See you shortly. Welcome back to the final third of this Papa Fritas from Liga Privada, from Drew Estate. Fantastic smoke. More than likely, I would assume that most people have probably tried these. If you haven't tried these, perhaps you missed out. That's quite a shame, because these are so good. The tins were perfect for putting in your coat pocket, or your breast pocket, or your pants pocket, and carrying around with you. And when you find yourself with a free hour to spare, it was such a great thing. And the tins are nice little collector's items. I wish I would have popped mine out. I got a couple of them, I think, somewhere. Still got some nuttiness to it. A little bit of coffee, a little bit of espresso. There's a little difference between coffee and espresso. Espresso's a little richer. Coffee's a little milder. And this is right on the borderline of which would be which. And there's some cocoa, a little bit of hay notes too. Very well blended. Great. You'd never think that just random clippings thrown into a cigar would be this good. It is. It's very good. I absolutely love these. I actually wish I could get a 50 count and just keep filling my little tin and always have these on me. Unfortunately, finances aren't where they should be. I'm not going to get into that. Anyways, great cigar. If they come back out, do try them. if you have never tried them. If you have tried them, you're probably more than likely going to buy these again if they come back out. I've never really heard anybody say anything negative about the Papa Fritas. Fantastic little smoke. So, with all that said, please add and subscribe. Leave questions, comments, feedback, and suggestions. If you've smoked this and you agree or disagree with my review, go ahead and leave your opinions in the comments below. Just keep it nice is all I ask, and enjoy every puff.